Hey, Gavin Weber here. Welcome to video number 2 of the Surrender Experiment Challenge that I'm doing publicly with you here on YouTube. Now, I'm going to go through a couple quick things today. I'm going to review why I'm doing this challenge, how it's going to be helpful to you. I really recommend going down in the description and watching video number 1 because it's going to go into a lot more detail. Yet, I'm also going to explain who I am, why I'm doing this, and then I'm going to give you a quick breakdown of the Surrender Experiment teachings from the book by Michael Singer, The Surrender Experiment. Awesome book. And then I'm going to update you on what I'm building in public, the app I'm building, and walk you through what I've done so far, bringing you along on this journey so you can see what it looks like, see what surrendering looks like, and living it in action. And let's see what happens together. So let's get started with this right now. Okay, so if you haven't come across me, I am a entrepreneur and founder, business consultant, and I come from it from quite a bit different angle than most coaches. I help people really get to that next level, looking at their business completely different than they ever have before, unlocking all their blocks and what's been stopping them and then what they don't see. And with that new perception, they're able to create miracles. They're able to go and accomplish things they never thought was possible with meaning, with purpose, in much less time. Not here to grind or hustle, okay? Here to experience what's possible by surrendering, kind of what this is about. Also, I'm going to go through this book very quickly with you because it's going to help you see what I'm doing and why I'm doing it and like teaching so you can implement it in your business. And then I'll go through the app again with you, what I'm creating on that. So let's get started. Quick summary and breakdown of how the surrender experiment can be applied to your business and why it's so powerful. Okay. So real quick, this book, it's a real life story. Michael Singer's What Happens When You Stop Trying to Control Your Life and Instead Surrender to Whatever Life Brings You. And after a deep spiritual awakening by Singer, he decided to stop listening to that constant voice in his head that was always judging and fearing and planning. Instead, he commits to saying yes to life, even when it's uncomfortable or not part of his plan. And what follows is a wild and unexpected journey. I'm not going to spoil it because I highly recommend you reading it. But what happens is mind-boggling. It is so cool to see what surrendering is like in action. So read this book. But the most powerful part, he didn't chase any of it. Like what happens now? There's some miracles, but it's kind of mind-blowing with what happens. But he didn't chase it. He simply surrendered, and life unfolded in ways beyond what he could have imagined. We are grinding, we are pushing, we are striving, and we are messing it up when we're doing that. And really, what's waiting for us is what I'm about to go through with you. So let's break down these teachings. Now, number one, the voice in your head, it's not you. Okay. We think that voice that, hey, go do this, or you should do this, or you should be worried about this, that's us. It's not. The constant inner commentary, doubts, fears, and plans, it's not your truth. It's not who you are. It is stopping you. It is a limitation, okay? You have to pay attention, be aware of that voice and what it's saying for you to break any of the cycles and limitations you've been experiencing. So stop letting self-talk like I'm not ready or this won't work or I need to be perfect dictate decision. This is why I'm doing this is like it's out of my comfort zone to put this out there. I don't know how it's going to be received. I don't know how it's going to work. Yet I have enough belief in the allowing and the surrendering to go ahead and do it, right? So I'm noticing the voice, but I'm not obeying it. I mean, there's a lot of, oh, you're going to look stupid. Oh, you don't know what you're doing. Oh, like, is this the professionalism you want to portray out there? I want to portray who I am. I want to be of service. I want to be transparent. So yes, I'm doing this, right? Number 2, say yes to what life presents. So let go of your plans. Say yes to unexpected opportunities, even if they don't match your mental agenda. So we all think, oh, we've got the best way, and like we just go doing the same things we've done over and over, rather than realizing there's all these other possibilities. And if we can just open ourselves up to some other things and say yes to other things and make room for other things, maybe that's what was trying to come through to help us get to where we know is possible and where we really want to go. So in business, that could mean that coffee meeting you weren't sure about, that small podcast you got invited to. You're like, I don't know, that maybe random client, like, where did this come from? Say yes. It might lead to somewhere huge. Now, I know there might be some things that's a hell no, and you have to listen to that too. But if you're like, gosh, this popped in out of nowhere and it's a little uncomfortable, but something's telling me like maybe I should look at this, maybe I should do this. That is a yes. Start saying yes to things. Okay. And respond, be open, not resistant. If you're like, oh, you've got to see that. It's one of the things I help my clients do is like, you're being resistant. You're not being open. You think what you have done already is like the answer to everything. And little do you know, that was just a microcosm, a just portion of possibility. And if you can open yourself up to all these other possibilities, that's what's going to take you from the success you've already had to the next stratosphere. So, number 3, life knows more than you do. There's a deeper intelligence guiding life. Your job is to allow, not control. Soon as you try to make something go the exact way you want it, you are closing yourself off from abundance, from possibility. And what that looks like in business is a lot more revenue and profits and clients. Okay. But that's the byproduct of not being open, right? Or not allowing. And so if you can just allow things to happen, trusting life, that's what surrendering is. That's that faith. And that leads to the next thing that was what you weren't able to see before. And just because something isn't going according to your 90 plan doesn't mean it's going wrong. Trust the pivots. We all like to think this time, like, it's got to go this way. Like, you've got to understand that, like, it's all conspiring for you. You've got to trust it. You've got to understand it's a process and allow that process to happen. So surrender doesn't mean doing nothing. It means acting without grasping. It means not forcing. But when you feel inspired, you're surrendering to that action. And that's showing belief. That's showing trust and faith. And that's, I feel like that's what surrendering is trust and action. You're moving in that direction, but you're not forcing it. You're not grasping. You're not in like this subtle resistance. And that's a huge differentiator. Number 4, let go of personal preferences. Like the ego says, I want it, this my way. Surrender asks, what's being asked of me right now? Huge difference. One is like victim, one's kind of a baby, one's like, kind of like this way, or it's no good. But what in the moment is being asked of you? How can you come from a vibration and energy, a possibility that would allow much more? And that's the whole idea behind surrendering, is not getting attached to a certain outcome, but in this moment. And that's how you would ask. I mean, that's how you would do it, is ask yourself, what's being asked of me right now? And you may not want to learn a new tool or delegate a task, but that might be exactly what unlocks your growth. So like, you might not want to learn AI, like, it might be out of your comfort zone. Yet I really do believe it's important that you understand how these things work before you outsource them, because otherwise you don't know what it can do. Like, if you didn't ever drive a car, but you just sold them, you wouldn't know the experience of the car and how to offer that to people and what else it can do and how it can help people even more. Same thing with AI. I'm sharing this. I'm learning this, even though I might not be doing it in the future, because I want to understand how it works so that I can tap into the power of it. And that's part of surrendering. So it's also important you're aligning over the comfort. So you prioritize aligning with what you're creating and that you're in alignment, and rather than like the uncomfortableness of some things that are harder for you, like me doing these videos out there and like being this vulnerable, quite frankly. But I'm aligning with what I'm creating, which is service, which is sharing, which is being a human being, which is relating to people. Hopefully that makes sense, the application of that. Number 5, keep showing up and let life handle the results. So, we're usually very attached. So the teaching is surrender is active. You do the work, but release control of the outcome. Your job is not to make sure you get the exact, thing that you think should happen because you've got it all figured out. That is ego, like we just said. Your job is to do the work, is to take inspired action, and then you release control of the outcome. And I'm telling you, when you do this, you will have results way better than you could have ever imagined, because you'll be in a higher frequency. Things will like just come to you easier. That vibration is a lot more fun. You'll enjoy your life. You'll be motivated. You'll be inspired. You'll notice yourself getting way more done, right? Because you're not just frustrated with like, oh, I feel like it should have happened sooner. Oh, I should have gotten better results from that email. Oh, that marketing, should be doing way better than that. Like allow it to happen. Keep doing the work. Keep learning. Keep going through the process. It's happening. You are not failing. You are learning. You are growing. You are understanding what's working and what's not. That is surrendering. Make the call, publish the post, build the product, but don't obsess over how it's received. Like you need to like pay attention. Like, okay, people don't like that or they do like this, but your job is to get better and better at your service and at your vibration and at your frequency. That's the game changer. That's what I teach. That's what's going to help you come what has stopped you and to get you to the next level. Not thinking the same way and feeling the same way you have. You're just in a perpetual loop. So measure effort and presence, not the metrics. Yes, I should say not just metrics. Yes, it's fine to pay attention to the metrics, but your presence and your effort and those things are what's leading to that. That's the effect from your cause. I'll do other videos on that. Number 7, growth comes from service, teaching. So life opens up when you stop asking, what do I want? And start asking, how can I serve? This was a game changer for me. I'm in sales. Oh, I want to go get the sale. No, I want to go out and be of service and see if this makes sense for people. And if it is, I'm going to recommend they do it from a vibration of caring and understanding and compassion, which is completely different from pushing and closing. And I need this, right? And in almost every sales job I've ever had, I've been one of the top people because I'm giving, I'm sharing, I'm understanding. And they pick up on that vibration that I care. And then it's transferred over in like the information and the words. And business, build products, services, and content from the heart of service, not just scaling, not just like, hey, how much money can I make? The companies that do the best provide the best value, show and demonstrate how much they care and exceed people's expectations. Everything should be driven in the moment of like you surrendering to the moment, what you can give, and making your product and services better and more helpful for people. And the more you do that, the more business you will have and possibly not even be able to handle, which is a whole nother thing. So shift the focus from how do I win to how do I help? Okay. So that's the quick 7 things about his book that I wanted to share with you. Very important for what we're going to go through next. So let's go into that next. Okay. I'm going to show you what I am trying to create, what I'm working on, and why. So I wanted to build it public, create something that would be helpful to other people and my business, and use AI. And I really, truly believe you need to learn AI if you're going to grow your business. Now, I know people ask me, clients, hey, should I learn it or should I hire somebody else? And I think both. You should learn it. And eventually, when you know how to do it, you should hire somebody else. But if you don't know the power of it, if you don't know the creativity, if you don't know like the engine behind it, then you're not going to be able to tell somebody else what you want because you'll probably have limited thinking around that. So I wanted to build an app that went way above and beyond on delivering a lead magnet. Most lead magnets are like a little one page or something kind of like that you're looking at like, oh, they sold all the stuff about it, but it's not that great. So I wanted to create something that was designed to really be valuable, that would actually help people and incorporate my stuff. So my idea was to take my book. It's called the Awaken Business Playbook. And you can, I'll give you a link for that. But to take it and incorporate some of those concepts and apply it towards your situation. And it's essentially wanting to create an alignment assessment. How aligned is your business with you and with itself to get maximum results, maximum purpose and fulfillment to really enjoy and to be of the utmost service to your clients. And that's alignment, right? So I didn't know where to start. I was looking at different places. I did ChatGPT and I did Perplexity, put in, hey, how should I create this app? I told it what I wanted to do. What would be the easiest, simplest, best thing to do? It came back, I think Perplexity, and said Bubble.io. Here I am. I put in a prompt, what I wanted to do, kind of like what I just described, and it created this page. Awesome. Like, look, Discover your soul's business alignment. Uncover the blocks holding you back and unlock your highest potential as a spiritual entrepreneur with a personalized alignment assessment. Very cool. Click on that and give your email. What you'll discover, your vision, clarity, hidden blocks, highest potential, all true, how it works. Enter your email, complete the assessment, receive your report. Now, I wanted this report to incorporate my stuff, like parts of my book and their answers. So I didn't want to be just this, generic thing. I wanted it to be something very helpful. So in kind of what it does is it combines with ChatGPT, my book, and the answers that people give in the assessment, and spits back out like something that's very helpful to their business. Now, Bubble.io, when I started getting into it, I was like, this is over my head. Like, it is going to take me a long, long time to learn this. And the first part was easy. This page was easy. Okay. Yet I was like, the rest of it, no, I don't want to learn everything in here. So when I looked up further, it came down to like Lovable and Cursor. I ended up choosing, after some research, Lovable, because Cursor is kind of next level. I'm going to probably do that later, but it seemed even a little harder than I wanted. So jumping over to Lovable here. So this is the first page I created. And essentially I put a prompt in that explained just what I, just went through with you on Bubble.io. And it created this awesome, I told it the design, how to do these navy to a lighter blue. And you can see kind of like what I had on the other page, all the same thing, your vision, clarity, and it did the same thing, but I like the look a little bit better. You will tell me if what you think, but all I did was put these prompts in. And what's really cool about this, just to show you real quick, is you can go in after it creates this page and you can make changes like this within here. So you can edit it through a prompt over here, and you can edit it actually on the page, which is so cool. I have the easy plan of $25 a month. It gives me 100 what's called credits. So basically I get to give it 100 prompts. And sometimes I can do like 4 things, typing it over here, like 4 corrections, 4 directions, and it only counts as 1 prompt. They've kind of changed that since then. I'm not going to go into detail about that. I will say that this was beyond simple. Anytime I had to do something like hook it up into like Supabase here, anything I had to do something that was like next step, it would walk me through what to do. And I would just press buttons. I think they call it Resend is the email program I'm using through them, and automatically emails you. I use Supabase for like the database and like the memory. And then I'm using Stripe for the payment, all making it private, secured, very cool. So to kind of come back here and show you what I've done. So once you would click on here, start my assessment. Actually, I need to undo that edit, but go here and it's going to go to the assessment page. You would, and you can do this right now. And I encourage you to, for your video, to go look at these and fill out these 7 questions. Please tell me if you have any issues, or leave me a comment, let me know. I would be really helpful. I mean, that would be, really appreciated and very helpful. Answer the questions, put your name, email in. It's going to then send you an assessment. It's going to walk you through where you're at and how aligned you are and what steps to do next, all right? I wanted this to be something like, wow, this is not only very cool, this is extremely helpful. So I don't want it to be like other lead magnets. I want it to be what I call like the holy shit factor. Like, wow, this is cool. And so this is what I'm creating. Now, this is the beginning stages of it. I have my book here. You can go and get it's called the Awakened Business Playbook, and you can go buy that for $7. Also, goes through all this information with it. It'll get emailed to you right away. If you'd like to read about alignment, I have like a blog post here and like why alignment matters so much. So this is just an easy website/app I created on Lovable. And this is the building in public. I'm going to be sharing this as I go. I'm going to be, most of my videos, directing people back to this assessment to, yes, have people sign up with their email, but also get something very valuable of what is in alignment with what I teach and how to help people get to the next level. I know some people will then take the next step and fill out an application to potentially work with me. And some people will just continue maybe watching my videos like this and just, see what I've got to offer. But either way, I'm good. I want to be of service. I want to help you. We're all one. We're all connected. And I want to practice what I'm preaching of getting outside of my comfort zone, building in public, trying new things, and helping you however I can. So I mentioned it hasn't been that easy. It was easier than Bubble, but I've had to learn quite a few things on Unlovable, and I will share some of those in the next video. But that's just the process. I've made some mistakes. I'm using Descript to record this. One of those mistakes is I did all this already and I didn't know how to share the screen and it wasn't recording. And that was beyond frustrating. Okay. I'd even go here just to kind of show you. So look, it is recording right now. That is very good, right? I'm going to go back to where we were, but there's going to be bumps when you do something for the first time. Yeah, you make mistakes. Yeah, you don't know what you're doing. Yeah, that is the allowing that I was talking about. That is surrendering. That is not in being attached to the outcome. It's being tied in, intentional about the creation, the process, the journey. And it's kind of fun to put this out there. I hope you would share that. I hope that you come along on this journey. On the next video, I'm going to show you how I started marketing it, how I'm going to start sharing it, how I want to put this out there, and things that I've learned beyond even these last two videos that I think will be really helpful when applied to your business. So I invite you to subscribe. I invite you to leave a comment, share, go do the assessment, go look in the description below and try this out and see what you think. I think you'll be blown away with some of the information. I think it'll have you look at something you haven't been looking at. And that new perception, that new realization, a new awareness will be a game changer. I help founders and entrepreneurs and business owners take a look at their business in a completely new light and come at it from a completely new vibration and frequency. And that allows new information to come in, allows them to see new possibilities, take different actions, and be open to things. All what I'm just described here. Excited to have you on this journey, excited to share more. This is just the beginning, and I am going to go until, I don't know, at some point I'm going to say, hey, this is completed, what I wanted, but I'm going to surrender. I'm going to challenge myself and I'm going to share. And I'm just letting it be. I don't have the attachment on the outcome of it. So looking forward to me doing this with you. Subscribe, like this, comment, like I said, hit the bell if you'd like to get notifications with new videos. I'm also about to drop I'll put it up here when I do this, but on how to double your business and work 30% less. So it's, again, how you look at your business is what's dictating your results. Let's change that and see what's possible. All right. Much love, my friends. Talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.